Hi, my name is Dara Shin, and I will be addressing the priority health issue affecting the Navajo people in McKinley County, New Mexico, which is the high prevalence of incidence of type 2 diabetes. The population of McKinley County is predominantly Native American and has the highest diabetes morbidity and mortality rates in New Mexico. The Navajo Nation in general is plagued with the high prevalence of type 2 diabetes that is caused not only by genetics but by the environment surrounding many Navajo tribe people. The Navajo Nation covers parts of Utah, New Mexico, and Arizona and has a population of over 332,000 Navajo tribe people. In 2012, the Indian Health Service stated that more than 25,000 Navajo people have diabetes and 75,000 have prediabetes. McKinley County is part of the Navajo Nation area, and Navajo American Indians make up almost 80% of the population. The population of McKinley County is 76,708 people out of 2,085,109 people that live in New Mexico. More than half of the population of McKinley County live in rural areas on reservations where access to fruits and vegetables at grocery stores is very difficult. A community needs assessment will be conducted to address the issue of food insecurity in the reservations around the Navajo Nation. I will work with the Community Outreach and Patient Empowerment Coalition in Gallup, New Mexico, which has implemented the Fruit and Vegetable Prescription Program that promotes healthy eating for Native Americans living on reservations where access to fruits and vegetables is very difficult. A small cohort study has been done to evaluate the impact of the FVRX program in participating Navajo children. Further interventions are needed in order to educate, empower, and properly treat the diabetic Navajo population in McKinley County. The Mobilize, Assess, Plan, Implement, and Track model, MAPIT, was used to collect, analyze, and evaluate the data collected from this FVRX program. The MAPIT model can be applied in this program that seeks to deliver fresh fruits and vegetables to remote reservations in the Navajo Nation. The MAPIT model can assess and evaluate the fruit and vegetable prescription program in the following way. Mobilize. Partner with health care providers and local retailers to promote healthy eating amongst Navajo people. Assess. Identify local communities and families that have difficult access to fresh produce. Plan. Healthcare providers and outreach workers will meet with families and the community once a month to teach healthy eating habits. Provide monthly prescription voucher to families to use in local stores to buy fruits and vegetables. Track. Analyze data of how many families use the fruit and vegetable vouchers and evaluate if healthy eating habits have been adopted by participating families. In McKinley County, diabetes death rates from 2014 to 2016 averaged 63.8 people per 100,000 people. This is staggering value considering that the value for New Mexico is 26.2 per 100,000 people and it is 21.3 per 100,000 people in the United States. Reports suggest type 2 diabetes is 2 to 4 times more prevalent amongst Navajo adults compared to non-Hispanic white people. Just looking at New Mexico alone, the American Indian population had the highest diabetes death rates compared to all other racial or ethnic groups. In fact, the death rate of American Indians was almost double the Black American and Hispanic populations, and more than 4 times that of white Americans. In fact, the diabetes mortality rate of McKinley County was almost 3 times higher than the national average and 2.5 times higher than the New Mexico state average. The environment causes many Navajo people to be vulnerable to developing type 2 diabetes. For instance, many of them have a family history of diabetes. They have diets rich in fat and sugar, and they lead sedentary lifestyles. In addition, poverty can be a barrier for many people to seek proper care for diabetes. Poverty in McKinley County is higher than the top U.S. performers, with 39% of children living in poverty compared to 12% in the United States. There is also a shortage of homes in McKinley County, where it is at 28% with regards to severe housing problems, compared to 9% in the U.S. Considering that more than half, 57% of the population live in rural areas on reservations, access to fruits and vegetables at grocery stores is difficult. As a result, their diet consists largely of processed foods, including flour used in making traditional Navajo fried bread. Fortunately, Navajo tribe members can receive free health care from the Indian Health Service clinics and facilities within McKinley County. A health promotion program that promotes exercise and healthy eating, such as Just Move It, will encourage families to exercise and eat healthy. This program hosts various fun runs and other activities to encourage physical activity. The program also encourages eating 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, less screen time, and the consumption of 0 calories from sugar beverages. These resources and interventions aim to educate, empower, and properly treat the diabetic Navajo population in McKinley County. The target population for the FVRX program is the Navajo people who live in remote areas of the reservation within McKinley County, where access to fruits and vegetables is very difficult. More than half, 57% of the McKinley County population live in rural areas on reservations, where access to fruits and vegetables is difficult. Out of approximately 450 participants of the FVRX program, a cohort of 81 children were assessed during the 6-month course of Cycle 2 of the FVRX program. The average age of this cohort was 4 years and 10 months of age, with the average household size being 5.3 people. Surveys were given at the beginning and the end of the 6-month course of the FVRX program to assess change in food security, change in consumption of fruits and vegetables, change in body mass index, and change in fruit and vegetable knowledge of caretakers. The results of the FVRX program prove that it can have a positive impact in improving food security, body mass index, increasing fruit and vegetable consumption, and increasing healthy food knowledge of those who participate in this intervention program. For food security, from baseline to the end of the program, food security has significantly improved from 14% of participants to 31% of participants being food secure. In addition, food insecurity decreased from 86% of participants to 67% of participants. The consumption of fruits and vegetables has significantly increased as a result of this program by approximately 30% as a result of the FVRX program. Out of 58 participants that were assessed for BMI, the percent of overweight obese participants dropped from 52% of participants to 45% of participants. Out of 71 caretakers of the cohorts who were surveyed, there has been a significant improvement in knowledge about fruits and vegetables and healthy eating after participating in the FVRX program. The main limitation is that the sample size was very small at only 81 people in the cohort study, when there are an estimated to be over 300,000 registered tribal members living within the Navajo Nation. In fact, only 69% of those enrolled in the FERX program actually participated in all the interview and assessment sessions. It was also difficult to consistently survey all participants in the assessment because most of them lived in remote parts of the reservation and were difficult to reach. In addition, interview surveys that assess change in opinion or knowledge are difficult to quantify because of the qualitative and subjective nature of the interviews. But overall, the FERX program has proven to be very successful, and hopefully it will continue with the help of government funds. Thank you so much for your attention. Here are the references to this presentation.